Skipper, he called all the hands together and he says, well, fellas, this is the day, this is the hour it's going to happen. So on the night of June the 5th, everybody was prepared to leave at midnight. And between June the 5th and June the 6th, we started for going across the English Channel. And the oddity about the whole thing was, as we were leaving the coast of England, in the meantime, all night long, you heard the roar of planes, bombers going over. And you could see, as you're crossing the English Channel, how these bombs were exploding. And in fact, at times, you can actually feel the water tremor just like this. I mean, it's an eerie feeling, but it's something that's reality. And then by 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, then they start sending in these special troops like the SEALs and the Rangers and that, and they were going in there because the Germans had all kind of mine traps set, and these SEALs and Rangers, as they went, they cut all of these wires so that some of these explosives wouldn't go off. But invariably they didn't get them all, because there's some guys, as the invasion started to proceed, which was right around 6 o'clock in the morning, that is when it became very horrific. When you saw the guys who were being loaded on these landing craft from the troop ships, and they're heading into the beach with the with the ships battering the shore there and everything, and we're getting retaliated from their shore batteries. It was a constant hit and go. As the fellas start going into the beachhead, some of them never hit the beachhead because either their craft were hit by fire ammunition, or because they were loaded down so heavy, some of them never hit the beach. They sank and drowned because on the heavy weight that they. And then after, when the things really start to get rough, I mean, the ocean, instead of being like a nice green colored, then you start to see the coloring of red.
And the first landing went in at 5:30, and they were totally lost. The second wave went in at 6 o'clock. That one was totally lost. All of them were killed. Well, there might have been one or two, but when we got there at 6:30, the beach was covered with bodies. I can still see that. But the third wave that we took in actually made the beachhead. They were the first ones to actually get there. LCVP, when we went in, you went in as far as you could go. When you hit the beach, that was as far as you could go. Sometimes there was a lot of water in front of you yet. And a lot of times, before the invasion, the battleships and all their cruisers and all that were out there shelling the beach, and there were a lot of shell holes, and we went up there, and then these soldiers would get off and down in the hole.
I was in the fourth wave, 10 o'clock in the morning. There were boats floating on the water upside down, bodies floating all over the floor, under the water, arms, legs here and there. You can't believe some of the gruesome pictures. But anyhow, we were then, we hit the beach about 10:30, after a half hour in the water. When at 10 o'clock in the morning, when the whistle blew, that landing craft after the ramp in front goes right back down, and when that thing goes down, you get your tail out of there because there's shells all over the place. So we jumped in the water, flew in, jumped in, flied in, whatever, with 26.5 pound pack on your back, and your M1 rifle up in the air, and we jumped in the water. And of course, being not so tall, I was in the water about chest high, you know. So I was mostly in the water. But we finally able to crawl and walk through the water to the beach. And in the meantime, there's bodies floating all over. So myself and Lieutenant Sykes put all the bodies together, and we hid underneath them. And that's why the guy upstairs didn't call me yet. We were protected by the dead GIs around us. So we were on the beach there for a few hours in that water, chest high. Every now and then we ducked down in the water because of the shells flying. But we finally got 4 or 5 hours later, whatever time it was, I don't remember all the hours, but we finally were able to walk into the beach, you know, the ground. We got to the beach, and then from then on, they were starting to set up all the equipment, and then the armored trucks were coming in from the other warships, and the jeeps and whatever other vehicles came in to support the GI, which I was one of, you know, the infantry. Well, then we went in toward the beach. We were able to climb, a few of us were able to climb up that steep, and I mean steep, cliff up there. Right up at the top of the cliff, there was 25,000 Germans waiting for us. And they were shooting us out like flies. They were just knocking us off one by one on the beach. We had no protection, it was a wide open beach. And they were shooting at us and knocking us off one by one. And Lieutenant Sykes said, we got to get up there and get that machine gun and mortar out of there. So he said, Dom, you come with me. Oh man. I said, here I am, 8 years old. What am I doing here at 18 years old? But anyhow, him and I we crawled up. We were able to grab onto the vines of these big trees up there. And the shelling took the ground away, so it exposed all the vines. So him and I were able to climb up the vines with 47-pound pack on your back. And we were able to crawl up underneath the pillboxes, and we dropped the grenades inside the vents, and we killed a few of them in there. We did that 2 or 3 pillboxes. So we got rid of the machine guns and the mortars that were coming out of there.
And during the invasion of D-Day, what was your role? What did you do while the troops
Well,
were in?
my general quarter station was on the fantail of the ship. Now, if there was anybody that was in the ocean, or in the channel, and we had what they call gravel hooks. And if you were able to take in there floating dead men or something, you hit that gravel and you pull that body up on board ship. And we had, at times, I don't know how many men we had, dead men on there, but we had dead men, and when we retrieved them, we would take them over to the hospital ship. And what the hospital ship did with them, I don't know. But that was our job. And I mean, it's not anything you would relish, but you would think to yourself, now, this could be my buddy. This could be my brother, you know.
Later we went around, we were supposed to go around with our boat around and pick up anybody, if they were alive, pick them up. If they were dead, leave them alone. They had other crews that were going to do that. They picked them all up.